All right, welcome to the 1 Minute. This is our weekend edition, and as you know, what we do on the weekend, we encourage you to go to onebaptist.org/devotional, and as you do, you'll see the Saturday and the Sunday. It'll be marked by the date, and I really want to encourage you to do this. Go there, you'll see a time of reflection on Saturday, and that gets us to go in and to examine the Word and make sure that we didn't just go through it, but that it went through us. And then Sunday, we give you a preparation page that'll kind of prep us for what we're doing, moving ahead. Now remember, we've already made it to Deuteronomy, and we're going to just truck through Deuteronomy. Joshua is right around the corner, and Joshua is when they finally get to that promised land, finally get to the place of where it was that God brought them out of to get to begin with. And yet, as we've seen, this 11-day journey, these children of Israel, that's all it had to be, 11 days. They just respond to the Lord, love the Lord, and walk according to His will and His ways. 11 days turned out to be 40 years, y'all. And my goal is that through these devos and through the Word and the Word working in you, is that we would not have wasted time like that. You know, the book of Corinthians in the New Testament tells us that time is short, and all we have to do, especially in this landscape of today, is to ponder exactly how short it is obviously being revealed to be. What you'll see, a verse that came from our reading this past week, in fact, it was in Deuteronomy. He tells them again and again to beware lest thou forget the Lord. Now, if you're reading, you'll see it time and again. Beware lest thou forget the Lord. And you see it time and again, and you think that it's trying to say that in conjunction with, now make sure you do the commandments and make sure you do the commandments, and it is. He does say that. Hey, don't forget the Lord. Make sure that you do these. But the point was, don't forget what God did. You see, our motivation to respond to what God will do is rejoicing over what He did. They were disillusioned, they were discombobulated, they were disappointed, they were dejected, and it led to rebellion every time. It led for them, listen, wandering in circles rather than getting to where God wanted them to be. Why? Because they were unthankful for what the Lord did. Their focus was on their self, not on how great a thing that God did to get them out of Egypt, out from slavery, availability to have milk and honey and all that God provided. And so my prayer is that we would not forget. Beware lest thou forget the Lord. And one of the ways that we ought not to forget is to just rehearse in all of God's greatness. If these people would have focused every day and been thankful and said, you know what, there's some things that may not be great today, but let's be thankful for what He's done. There may be some things today that aren't exactly like we want. Listen, it's getting monotonous in this manna every day, but let's be thankful. Let's give God glory. They would have found that would have been the fuel for steps ahead. I want to encourage you this weekend to rejoice in God's greatness, for He's worthy of that. And if we would rejoice in how great He is, we'd not be hindered in our walk either. This weekend at our church, it's our 3rd anniversary, and starting this place, we have with us some friends called the Aikens. I've asked them to sing to close out this video. I pray it'll be a blessing to you.
Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to Thee. How great Thou art, how great Thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to Thee. How great Thou art, how great Thou art, how great Thou art, how great Thou art.
He's great, y'all. God bless you.